Hola fellow foodies! Today we're putting a vegan twist on a Dominican classic, Chicharrón and Tostones. But don't worry, we're not sacrificing on any texture or flavor. In fact, we're gonna take this to new heights of plantastic goodness. Now I know what you're thinking. How can chicharrón be vegan? Well, I've got a secret ingredient up my sleeve that'll blow your taste buds away. And as for the tostones, we're gonna fry them up until they're crispier than a Caribbean sunbird. Vamos! For our chicharrón, we're gonna be using soy curls. You can try finding these at the local supermarket, but if you can't, they're available on Amazon. Soy curls are also great for fajitas, stir fries, and soups, and they're also high in protein and fiber. So first we need to hydrate the soy curls. I have a kettle of hot water which I'm going to add to a bowl. I'll add in some vegan chicken bouillon, some soy sauce, and some poultry seasoning, which contrary to the name is actually vegan. Then you can toss in the soy curls. Make sure they're fully submerged in the broth. While the soy curls are hydrating, we're gonna create a marinade that's gonna give them even more flavor. We're gonna use some soy sauce, the juice from 2 limes, some white vinegar, garlic powder, smoked paprika, and poultry seasoning. We're going to put it in a large Ziploc bag. Our soy curls have fully absorbed the liquid, and now it's time to marinate them. Some of these pieces are really long. Rip them apart into bite-sized pieces. Before we add them into the marinade, we're gonna squeeze out the water in a separate bowl, and then put them in the Ziploc bag. Now that it's in the bag, we're gonna let the air out and seal it. Then gently massage the bag to evenly coat the marinade. We're gonna set it aside for at least 30 minutes, and while we're doing that, we're gonna make our tostones. For our tostones, we're gonna be using unripened plantains. Look for the greenest plantains that you can find. If your plantains ripen before you wanna use them, you can do a similar process to make a dessert called maduros. So let's begin to prepare our tostones. Green plantains are more difficult to peel than a ripened plantain. This is because they have a lot of sap on the inside, which makes the inside of the plantain stick to the skin. I'm gonna show you how to peel these properly. First, you're gonna cut the ends off the plantain. Then cut them into thirds to make them more manageable. Use a paring knife to cut the skin off the plantain. This piece still has some fiber on it, so I'm just gonna make sure that it's all gone. Now that the peel has been removed, we're gonna cut them into 1 to 1.5 inch pieces. Now that our plantains are peeled and cut, we're gonna do a first fry. Heat about 1 inch of canola oil in a pan. To know when the oil is hot enough, drop a small piece of plantain inside until you see a lot of bubbles forming around it. Then you can add in the plantains. Flip them over a few times until they're golden on all sides. When they're ready, remove them from the heat and place them on paper towel to absorb the excess oil. When they're slightly cooled, place them about 2 inches apart on a piece of parchment paper. Then put another piece of parchment paper on top and use a cup with a flat bottom to flatten each tostone to about 1/8 inch in thickness. Then we'll place them back into the fryer until they're brown throughout. When they look ready, place them on a paper towel and add some salt and garlic powder. Now they're ready to enjoy. Our soy curls are now marinated, so we're gonna make a dredge to coat them in. I have 4 tablespoons of cornmeal, 4 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, some garlic powder, salt, black pepper, and smoked paprika. We're gonna whisk it up until it's combined. Now you can toss all of the soy curls into the dredge to coat them. Now let's head back over to the frying pan. I'm going to use the same oil I used for the tostones to fry the chicharrón. We can test the oil again with a small piece to make sure it's ready. Now we can start frying them. As you place them in the pan, separate them to create an even layer. Don't fry them all at once. Keep frying them until they're crispy and golden brown. Then transfer them onto a piece of paper towel to absorb the excess oil. Add some salt, then continue the process with the rest. Now our chicharrón are ready. The chicharrón is so crispy, and it's packed with so much flavor. It's even got the same texture as real chicharrón without any fat. Now for some tostones. Do you hear that crunch? That's a good tostone. The garlic and salt complement the tostone perfectly. How long did I have that? Thanks for watching me cook up some delicious vegan chicharrón and tostones. And I hope you feel inspired to try this recipe out for yourself. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And consider subscribing to my channel for all the latest updates on my vegan recipes. And if you want even more vegan recipes and inspiration, head over to my website at earth2rocco.com. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Adios, amigos!